some uplifting things. Yo, speaking of uplifting things, here we are, everybody. It is Saturday night. It is November 1st. So hopefully everybody had a happy Halloween and everything was either uneventful or good events for everybody out there. Made my first curry rice chicken today. That was a bit eventful for me. I don't do spicy, and that was a bit on the spicy side. Speaking about spicy, Pat, what have you got for us tonight on the plate?
Oh man, we've got some interesting topics. Some prices have changed on products gone by, and we are still seeing a lot of turbulence in the market tonight. And we're also seeing a lot of spoilers for the new Avatar set coming up. So really excited for some of the cards we've gotten there. What up, Time Capsule? Thanks for joining us tonight. I actually was talking to Bob and Matt in our private chat here earlier. I was scoping out a couple of cards, and I honestly think, let me go ahead and pull one of these up here in just a minute. I think that with the upcoming Strixhaven revisit.
Hold on. Before we get started, let's take care of some housekeeping here.
Oh, do it. Hit
I have some horribly terrible, bad news. Just awful. For those of you that are excited about having Matt here with us tonight, that's not going to happen. Matt is under the weather. He will not be joining us tonight. Also, as a note of housekeeping, for all of those interested, and I'm assuming if you're here, you're interested. If you're interested, please hit that like, the subscribe, and if you're super interested, for just $1 a month. Actually, I think it's 99 cents, isn't it?
Yep. Plus some taxes, depending on where you live, maybe, probably.
Right around $1 a month. You get extra content from us, guys. That's right. Generally 2+ hours every month of extra content. We have a show after the show. It's a bit more personal, I guess you could say. It's in
a bit more, loose, shooting from the hip, more honest and earnest than, the palatable presentation we try to have here.
There are other member benefits that you can get at different levels, depending on how dedicated you are to it. We have wonderful members, and it seems like the member benefit that gets used most often is us actually taking the time out of our personal schedules to play video games with you all. That's right. We actually play video games with the members. Now, you kind of need Discord for that so we can chit-chat and some of those things, but, we do have a Discord channel. I don't know, Pat, if you want to find that and drop that in the comments over there for folks to click easily on, and we try to make things easy. Additionally, I bet most of you don't know, we have an affiliate link. That's right. If you decide you want to buy some cards, whether it be Lorcana, Sorcery, I think that's a game somewhere, some One Piece, some Magic, some Pokemons, playmats.
You get that Digimon. I mean, there's nothing like seeing a cute animal go from a cat into a truck into a hot chick.
We have a TCG affiliate link associated with our channel. Please use that if you're going to buy some cards.
It's right down below.
There, I did the YouTube things. Does that mean we're going to get, massive success now, Pat? Is that how that works?
No, yeah, monetized.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, that part is actually true.
I often forget we're monetized. I never take a penny of it.
Yeah, I have not looked at that in a while. We kind of hit the gate, and I was like, "Woo, we did it!"
Well, it's like, in general, our concept being split amongst the three of us is it's not pocket change for us. Any money that we get there, we're always trying to formulate how do we give it back to you guys, whether in the form of improved quality, different events that we can go to and cover for you guys. It's not meant to supplement our incomes in any way. It's always meant to be how do we make it better for you guys, either as a show or content or quality of content. So that's where all the money that we ever receive goes. So, and if we get a whole lot more, well, we'll do a whole lot more for the audience.
What up, Benny?
So welcome, everybody. I'm just going to say at the front of the show rather than the back of the show, the most valuable thing that you own, because we're going to talk about some values tonight, but the most valuable thing that you own is your time. And I greatly appreciate you spending your time here with us tonight. That's right. We are live. If you want to say anything to us, please Put it in the chat channel. Interact with us. Let us know what you guys are thinking, and we'll do our best to address reasonable concerns. No, I don't want to let you know what I think about how Pat's butt smells. That's not the kind of questions I'm going to answer. So don't ask. Plus, he's like hundreds of miles away.
It's true. We don't live near each other. Things
All right,
we do
so
live near are some local gaming stores that are starting to get excited for the Avatar set. Bob, I gotta say, I think some of my opinions have shifted, at least as far as the inclusions in the set. We'll talk about price point and another point in the show, but I
yeah,
think that some of these cards, honestly, I was a little worried about the bending that they were doing with this set, between earth bending, creating lands, creature lands, turning your lands into creatures. You've got your fire bending, which is giving you a whole bunch of mana, your air bending, which more or less is kind of a bit of a blink. And then in general, I think they've got some interesting mechanics for it, and I'd like to see where they go along with it. And I mean, to top it off, they're revisiting lessons before the Strixhaven second kind of slide back in there. And I think it's going to be interesting seeing how we see lessons again in both this set and Strixhaven coming up. So gotta say, I'm pretty excited for a couple of the cards.
I've actually always liked lessons. The lesson that WotC needs to take from that is they need to incorporate that somehow into Commander, right? Being the most prominent format that exists out there. The mechanic is a good one. This is not the party mechanic, folks, which in case you haven't heard, I think the party mechanic is absolute shite.
Well, I think most people did. It definitely reflected in not being revisited.
And I'll be honest, I think with the main Ang in this set, I'm just going to poop on it right now, and we can get that out of the way. Doing all 4 bendings in one turn to get him to flip. That's what I think about that.
I think it'll be a lot easier than you anticipate.
Let's hope Bob is wrong, right? And again, I think that for a commander to be able to pull that off multiple times, because how many times does your commander have to get recast from the command zone to begin with? So now you're going to have to recast it with the tags, pull off all 4 of the bendings again in a single turn to get him to flip. Like, it just seems like extra steps, my friend, that I don't think it's going to be as wonderful as people think it's going to be. I like the card. I like the design. And I am the battle cruiser type that's the kind of interaction that appeals to me, right? The complicated interaction. I just like seeing the wheels turn. Could care less whether I win. And so I would just call it a win just to get him to flip.
Oh, yeah.
But again, speaking about wins, you have a great card on the screen here.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this is a tasty little thing right here. I think, honestly, that this being one of the lessons that we're seeing here, this is energy bending for 2 colorless at an instant speed. Honestly, you don't really see a whole lot of instant draws, especially in colorless. And then to tap it off, even above board, I mean, 2 for a card is pretty standard. And then you've also got lands you control are all basic land types until end of turn. So there's a lot of instances where this could be very helpful for, 1 turn mana fixing. And then along with that, boom, you're getting card replacement. So I think this is doing a lot for folks.
Well, I wonder how this is going to help those decks that might face something like Blood Moon. Right? So I don't know what comes first, but I would imagine that if the Blood Moon's out, this might supersede it. I'd like to see how those interactions and rules take place. But if this is a way to get around those, I'm going to Blood Moon, because that's just kind of a poopy card to face in Commander. Let's be real. I think that this can be a nice little uncommon, functional. I like corner case cards, especially based on how different pods function. The problem you have here is that this is a lesson. And so for Commander, again, I feel that they really need, I felt like for a time there, they were working on getting that that sideboard not in
Right. Yeah. Your
play
spell book
kind
or
of
whatever.
rules, but I haven't heard anything for quite a while on that. But I do like that idea personally. I do think that there should be some form of sideboard. I don't know what they could do in Commander and the reason that they excluded it in the first place. But again, I feel like it's needed, right? There's just too many of these things that function from outside the game, right? That I think would benefit a more diverse play style if you could add these.
Well, I mean, for Commander, you can just put this in your deck.
You could, but then you can't go search for it, which is kind of the beauty of a lesson is that
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The
you get to
original
go pick
intention
one
of it.
specifically
Yeah.
by anything that learns, right?
Mm.
So you get to
No,
go
I
get
totally
this
get that.
on tap, right? From any learn effect. And
Mhm, mhm.
that's the power of it. That's why I say, I think that lessons are very powerful. I use them in, like, well, I only play against Sparky, but I enjoy them when I get to go get them, right? They have that very awesome ability on demand to go pull what I need out of the sideboard instantly, or at least on demand. And I get to go pick through a number of them to pull the one that I want. And I think that's where lessons are really powerful. And I think that this, it's cantrip, replaces itself. It's actually just a pure, doesn't even replace itself. It's just purely an extra card, right? It's extra mana, but you gain the benefit of, multicolor to do one turn color fixing, which is usually about all you need.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially, you're just trying to do the thing. You're hitting Wooburg, just out of the pocket. And that's really where this is helping you out there. Or if you're trying to get, anti-venom, it's difficult to get 4 white pips all at once, and boom, there you go. Now, a flip side of it is a card more like this one here. Instead of it being an instant, it being part of a sideboard, this is quite slow. This is sorcery speed for Sozin's Comet. Now, not only is it sorcery speed, you've the benefit you're getting off of this with the firebending 5 for all creatures until end of turn is only whenever they attack is you're getting that big boost of mana, and only lasts until the end of the combat phase. So you've got to be really careful when you're playing this, but realistically, you play this first main, you've got a pretty big swing out, and now you've got a huge flush of mana. Now, if there are any great combat tricks, activated abilities, instant speed stuff you can do, this might be a hugely game-changing effect.
Dude, it makes Dragon Whelp so much better.
That's what I mean. If everything has fire breathing, boom, everything can just give itself +5/0. That's solid. That's huge. If you've got it's just an outlet of any kind.
There's actually another card in the set that would pair very, very well with this. I believe we looked at it last week with Matt, or 2 weeks ago with Matt. It's the one that, or maybe it wasn't with Matt. Maybe it was on a different show. I'm getting old, folks. But there's a Rakdos. Oh, I was watching it on Jake's channel. That's where it was. There's a Rakdos legendary. I don't know if we can pull him up, but it'll pair perfectly with this. If he's a legendary creature that mana doesn't empty at the end of, or it just doesn't disappear.
If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes red instead.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try and get this up in a sec. Keep going.
Yeah. So again, there's other effects like that where mana pools don't empty.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So again, there are other ways. I don't like the fact that this is a mythic. This doesn't feel like a mythic ability. The foretell makes it
game changing though.
What's that?
It could be so game changing though. That's the thing to me about it is it absolutely could just, if you're building this correctly, it could be a huge thing.
Well, I mean, you could foretell it, so it can come out pretty damn early. And if you can get a bunch of Scute Swarm, so let's say you're going Gruul, but it'll pair very well with this guy. That's just this guy's crazy
Another
good.
mythic. Yeah.
It's just crazy good to not empty your mana pool, right? and that works with everything that you tap. I love you too, Sherry Vegas. But you get that
What up, Sherry?
additional mana right there, and it makes this guy indestructible. Right?
As long as you have 6 or more unspent mana, which very easily is going to happen.
Well, as soon as you attack with this guy, you automatically have it. If you had cast that other card, right? So that's pretty strong.
Now, I'm wondering about the stacking effect here, because this innately has trample, firebending 4, and haste. Would it then have just firebending 5, or would it be firebending 4 and firebending 5, creating 9? That's one of the interesting complications. I mean, it's
I think it would be like, well, maybe it has it in addition to. I don't know if there's going to be an errata on that. Possibly.
You can get double cascade. You can get quadruple cascade.
Yeah, they didn't say whether you can stack firebending or not. Maybe they do somewhere in the rules. See, because it says it gains firebending 5. Well, it already has firebending 4.
Right.
So you firebending 4 and then gain firebending 5. So
yeah, firebending's 1 through 5.
I don't know, but either way, I thought immediately of that card. So that's nice to see self-synergizing effects within the set.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's definitely something you want in a sealed environment. I think that specifically is something that people felt was lacking in the Spider-Man set, was that feeling of it not being a self-inclusive little world. That's one of the big things about video games in general, which we'll touch on a little bit more towards the tail end of our segments tonight. But the world building, whether it's movies, whether it's video games, or even in Magic the Gathering, is you need that self-contained little world. And at least with the Avatar set, it's feeling like you have a little bit of that setup and payoff. Whereas with Spider-Man, it was definitely just a flavor-filled set, but it like a donut. It was just all sugar and carbs, but there was nothing filling. You didn't get a meal.
Well, it was actually a bagel and schmear, not a donut.
Yeah, bagel with schmear. Yeah, honestly, that's more protein than you got out of the Spider-Man set.
But I don't want to just keep shitting on the Spider-Man set, because we actually have, hang on to your hats, folks, we have some very positive news coming up a little bit later about the Spider-Man set itself. So hopefully this will be where you hear it first. But so some more positive news about Spider-Man. But for now, let's stick in the vein of the Avatar set, because that is okay. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, Benson. I don't want to shit in my hat. Or if you're talking about the Spider-Man set. At any rate, it's pretty hyped. I'm very pleased to hear a lot of positivity, especially given that, Spider-Man was kind of particularly negative. I wouldn't say I was overly negative about Spider-Man. I just wasn't a fan of it right from the start. And to be quite frank, I think I said it online that I'm far more meh, just ambivalent, could really care less about the Spider-Man set, which in itself is a disappointment, because I've stated that was one of the sets I was very much looking forward to when it was announced last year. Unfortunately, they kind of AFR'd it. Now, they did it in a different way, and that's because, I believe it was rushed into production. I believe it was somewhat haphazard, and that's what you get when you just try to, shove square pegs in round holes. And that's the result that you end up getting, is what we see from Spider-Man. Yet they were still trying to charge outrageous prices. And I think that's where I've always had an issue with it within the last year. Like, I think in the beginning of the year, I said that this is the year of price increases. And if you look, it's been absurd.
You're not wrong. And I think that next year, even as much so, is going to continue to be an extremely high price point across the board. I mean, I went grocery shopping today, and I'm pretty frugal, even as a bachelor shopping for one. It was not a cheap experience by any stretch. And I know that a lot of people, when they look at disposable income getting smaller, it's certainly more difficult to buy into sets. And Wizards of the Coast has said specifically that it's going to be more expensive. So I'm going to poop in the hat because, it's cheaper than buying some boxes of Magic.
Well, and there's sort of an inverse relationship there, Pat, that the more other things go up, the less people can actually afford to buy more Magic, right? This is a luxury item. I am worried. I'm not going to lie. I feel that I've been priced out of Magic by and large. Even though I find Avatar to be a fine set, if this was just a normal set with the fairly normal pricing, and let's say if Magic had even followed like even the same rate of inflation as the rest of the world for the last 5 years, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But they are well ahead of the rate of inflation, and I'm just not buying that they have to cough up that much extra for the Universes Beyond IPs. Like that's not going to get it for me, because again, this is a luxury product. It'd be like going into the store and I can either buy, Meyer brand eggs or Walmart brand eggs for $1.99 a dozen, or I can buy the Marvel brand eggs for $7.99 a dozen. Get out of here. Like, no, I want the, Wizards of the Coast brand cards if it's going to cost me that much more.
Right.
And
we've got a poll up live on YouTube. So if you're joining us, hit up that comment section. Let us know your vote. Are you buying any Avatar? What products? Put it in live in the comment section. Hit us up with that vote. Oh man, Play-Doh earlier. Are you talking about the Play-Doh secret lair or the actual product?
I think she's like less than 2 years old. I'm going to bet it was the regular Play-Doh.
Well, I
not
mean,
to dox you, but yeah, she's a young lady. I think that they're running into that problem. Speaking about Hasbro, that they're trying to save a sinking ship by milking as hard as they can the profit margin, and they've said it out in public. If you pay attention to their quarterly reports, they've said that Magic is a high profit margin product.
Well, yeah, it should be, because you're printing small. It's like making your own money. Like you're printing small pieces of like cardboard backed pieces of paper, and you sell it to people in a blind box gambling style, and it just goes through the freaking roof. I mean, honestly, Bob, I think their biggest mistake is they're just not doing it good enough. Like they're bad at being an evil villain. Like the queue for secret lairs, get rid of that shit. Like figure out how to do it better and take more money from people. Like there's so many different ways that they could monetize the product better and further. Like Walmart style, man. Everyday low prices. Get it out to more people. If you actually reduce the price in your product, you could probably sell more and get better margins. But now they're going exactly the
the margins would be less, but you'd end up with higher revenues, right?
Yeah.
But you would still end up with higher net profit. Okay, and that's a big difference when we talk about margins and revenues. At the end of the day, they want the highest profit that they can get. It's not about the highest profit margin, because if it's that example with the eggs. Okay, so if you sell 1 dozen of the Marvel eggs because wow, it's in a Marvel box, and you're making 3 times as much as the regular eggs on the sale, your profit margin's really high. But at the end of the day, if people are only buying 1 dozen Marvel eggs as opposed to 12 dozen of the regular eggs, at the end of the day, you're making less money. Your net profits are lower. And I think that's what you're talking about here, that they could increase their net profits by reducing the price that they're charging. And they keep teetering with this line, and that's what made I'm a bit confused that people were so outraged at M30 Yet here we are. Standard pricing is now, I believe, absurd, and
Yeah.
they're not outraged about it. I don't understand how the same audience has a different correlation.
I think it's
And
just quietly not purchasing it. I
I
think
think
that
that's
that's
probably
what
where we're
we're
going
seeing
with
more
that.
so of is not like, outspoken rage in the streets or online. It's just a quiet, I'm not doing this.
Well, speaking about not so quiet, we should
I mean,
probably
so far
share
we've
that
got
link.
100% of people in the poll online saying no, they're not buying any.
Well, and that's again, that can't be just an isolated thing. What I mean by that is, there's a ton of people that are quietly quitting, if you want to put it that way, um, that just aren't buying. Like, they're out of my price range, to be quite frank. So I'm gonna share a link with everybody, and I don't know, maybe I should probably also put that up as like a share it with you real quick, and I'll also give you the link. So
But
here we
doing a
go, because
thing,
I'm
hold
so
tight.
good at this. Oh, not an image file. It's not an image file, Pat. I want to share the actual
Oh, he's trying to do a
screen.
thing. Right click
Uh,
harder. Control
all right.
V.
No, there we go. I got it. And so I will paste the link in here, folks. So this is the positive news. Holy crap, that's a long link. I don't know how not to make it
Did that before.
that long. Wow, it split it up on two different things. Oh, at least it's not annoying like where it wouldn't even post it before. So sorry it's so big, giggity. But look at this, folks. Indeed. Look at that price. Oh my God. Why?
$99 Roonies.
When's the last time you saw a box
A
at
newer
99
Playbook
bucks
box? Yeah.
that the general public could purchase?
A 2025, late year release.
Don't do this. Never
Oh,
do
come
it.
on. You don't want to pay in for whoa. You
Never
could
do
get
it.
a huge card and it would just practically pay for itself. Then boom,
Dude,
turn
stop
around.
it. Stop it. But
Zinga.
there is a maximum. This is on the
You only
collector
buy two.
store. From time to time, when they have sales, I buy stuff from them, and this is enticing. Though I already have 3 boxes, I already have a $50 a box loss. Thank you very much. And I haven't opened any of those, so I don't need to buy any. But if I didn't have any, I would very much consider that at that price. I think that's a very fair price. And don't forget, they do have the Soul Stone that seems to have, from what I hear, I can't say it for sure, a higher chance of hitting a Soul Stone out of the play boxes than you do out of the collector boxes. Now it's going to be the base version of it. It won't be
Right.
the
You're not getting that,
$30,000 one, but
or whatever the
hey,
hell it is now. Yeah.
but yeah, I think you'll get some fun cards out of here. I think over time, even if you just want to sit on them at $100 a box, I'm just saying this is a positive net win. I think if Spider-Man play boxes had started at that price, this would have been a far more successful set.
Oh, absolutely. I think that that's a huge problem with a lot of their upcoming sets as well, is that there's going to be an absolute difficulty in selling them until they get to this more palatable price. And I think that it makes enough sense. Set it a little bit too pricey. You'll get some people that buy it. Bring it down a little bit. You'll get more people that buy it. Bring it down. And whatever people are still interested at this point, like me and yourself, are more interested at this. And I'm looking up on eBay right here. It looks as that there's one of the Soulstone Galaxy foils, the real fancy looking ones. Get it yourself. It's only $23 shipping. So, not too bad. And you're going to put it in a bubble mailer. So you're really getting yourself a deal there. But it's only $46,148 or best
Such a
offer.
deal.
Or best offer. So you might be able to lowball them down a little bit. Get it down to like $39,999. Yeah.
What, they don't have the 4 easy payments of $10,200 each?
You know what? Let me pull up on this.
Why don't you share it with us? So at any rate, you can't get those in the play boxes, but I just thought I would share. Hey, there's the link if you're interested. Get in at the Spider-Man. I don't think you're going to see these boxes ever any lower than that. Like, I do believe that's probably the lowest price. And to be fair, that is not the MSRP. I don't know what they paid for those boxes, but it seems like the collector store just wants to get out of the boxes.
Right.
Oh, that's
40,000
euros, man.
40,000
Oh, you got to
euro.
get it from overseas.
Non-gradata. Ooh, near mint.
Yeah, not graded. I'm gonna bet is what non-gradata means.
Yeah.
Is this the only one that's for sale?
It's the first one I saw after a little bit
That's
of
going to be overseas somewhere where you also might have to pay
import
tariffs.
tariffs.
So,
Oh,
I wouldn't
speaking
want
of
to have
which,
that thing
yeah,
stop
happy
at the border.
November 1st. Yeah, that's a whole thing, huh?
Oh, I don't want to go into politics, man.
I kind
really
of
don't want to go into
yeah.
politics.
It's not politics, that's economics, baby.
One and the same on that one.
Hmm.
I think we should probably avoid that one. But
Get more clicks.
yeah, you're not going to be buying any play boxes with your EBT cards right now. That's as far as I'll go into that one.
Snap. No benefits.
But speaking about snapping, how far are we away? I think we're only like 2 weeks away from the release of Avatar. I think pre-release actually starts in less than 2 weeks now, if I'm not mistaken.
Pull this
so it is upon us, folks. And I think they said that the holiday Final Fantasy, I know we had the date.
So yeah,
was like the beginning of December, if I'm not mistaken. So, we've got some stuff coming right around the corner. And then before you know it, it'll be Christmas. Then after the holidays, you've got the Lorwyn Eclipse, which is much lauded, and people seem to be very excited. And there's, that's the next shot at the next serialized card there. So I think that's going to be exciting. And I disagree with Matt. I think that the Bitter Blossom on a Stick that's a pretty fantastic thing. Bitter Blossom is a very popular card. And so to just double up the Bitter Blossom effect, whoo, that's going to be a spicy meatball, I think.
I think it's fine.
I think it's a great card, actually. I think it's going to be better than you guys think. I still haven't heard much noise, though, about the Soulstone being all that in a bag of chips. So I don't know what's justifying the prices of where it's at, but
it's rare, that's all. Yeah, it's still not that good of card, and you can only play in black decks. I mean, it's good in black decks, don't get me wrong. If you can get your hands on it for $45 or whatever, I'd still rather just get a one ring. If I'm actually going to spend money on a card, if I'm going to spend near $50 on getting a single Magic card, it will definitely be something I could put in any deck. It's not going to be like, this is one very niche, powerful case.
Yeah, I mean,
but I'm not going to do it.
Again,
I'm not going to spend $50 on a Magic card. I'm going to buy an entire deck for less than $50. If I do it right, I could probably get 2 proxy decks for $50. Yeah,
and you can even put the Soulstone in there. But
200 copies of the Soulstone.
But again, I'm not trying to poop on it. I'm just saying it's, like people that were so hyped about the Mox Jasper, and it's been exactly kind of where I thought it was going to land.
A couple of bucks.
I think that Soulstone is a better card than Mox Jasper, to be quite frank. Like, I don't think that they should have to create a whole avenue of cards and play style to make Mox Jasper good. Like, that's a terrible thing. I think that the soul, like, if it was humans, that would be better. If it was soldiers, it would be better, where there's a lot of one casting cost things, but dragons,
right,
bro, seriously,
I think the Soulstone is better in,
I agree,
it's less niche and it's more powerful in general. I don't think the reducing dragon cost by 1 is that big of a deal.
No, they don't. Well, you mean because of the, but it's not just dragon cost. I mean, you can spend it on anything.
Yeah.
But you mean turning it on with dragons.
Right. You're pretty much having a dragon deck. Otherwise, you're not going to get the payoff. It's
or you're doing something niche, like changing typals to dragons through mask with
or
Nexus,
randomly in your card
changeling,
deck, you
blah,
have
blah,
like one
blah.
or two changelings, and maybe it works that way. It's a zero. Yeah, I think that realistically, whatever the blue version of the Soul Stone is, it will probably be more enticing than any of these cards we're currently talking about.
Yeah,
Like the
honestly,
red one or the
I
black.
suspect that the red one
But they're gonna
is
do
going to get.
6,
They,
right?
they seem to
So, like,
have a love of. They
I
seem
want
to
the
have a love
Bluebird
affair with
one.
red
Mm.
for ruining standard, right? Like, oh, we're just going to make. If you want to play standard, you got to play red. VV. I mean, just red has dominated standard for like the last 5 years, so it feels like they're just going to lean into that and give the red players another toy to play within standard to make them buy a set and blah 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 blah. And I think that that's quite frankly kind of crap. Like, there's not much diversity in standard if you go out and play it. It's just red deck wins. Okay.
I never thought I'd hear Bob talking about how we need more diversity. I'm just fucking with you.
Yo, coach.
What up, coach?
Good to see you, buddy. So at any rate, I don't know. We'll have to see where the Soul Stones go. But again, that's that whole problem I have with the party mechanic. If you're going to need to have all 5 Soul Stones, I think it is, plus the Infinity Gauntlet, like, that's a lot of pieces to have to assemble.
Well, yeah, I'm wondering what it's if individually all the pieces are this level. I mean, they're setting the bar pretty high. I mean, as far as this black one that's coming out, the Soul Stone, we've got 4 more of the colored cards coming out. You got your red, blue, white, green, the whole dealio. And then you've got whatever the big bring them all together card is. If the 5 pieces are this solid, I'm fine with it. Honestly, like meld cards. Sometimes you don't care about putting 2 cards together to pull off the meld mechanic. You just want the front side of whatever the card
but immediately you're going to be restricted to 5 color. You have to play a 5 color deck to get all 5 Soul Stones online. It just, I don't know. I'm not as excited as other people seem to be about it. When I saw it, I was like, okay, cool. I'm just not a fan in the Magic vernacular of having to assemble basically like Voltron. You know what I mean? You have to have.
Oh, fuck yeah. I want all the pieces of Big Zodiac on the battlefield. That sounds
to make it useful. That just like I'll be honest with you, when I'm playing against other people, I love when they have multiple dependencies on the field because you just blow up one piece and go, so much for your combo. Like you might have a good thing on the board, but at least you didn't pull off your ultimate. And it's like it just doesn't appeal to me. I could be wrong. I'm just saying my perspective that those things, and I think in the rearview mirror, you're going to find much of the same, that these cards aren't going to be, they're not going to be that one ring where it's just, or Orcish Bowmasters, where they're just on their own amazing cards, right? They don't require lots of other pieces to make them great. And if they make every set that has a Soul Stone, that be the marquee card, which now they've set that precedent with Spider-Man that the marquee card was a Infinity Stone that, hey, boy. I think long term, it's not a great design aspect, to be quite frank. I think that it would have been far better had they made the marquee card for each set the actual moniker of the set itself, meaning that probably the best card in the set should have been an Ultimate Spider-Man. They should have made him better, in my opinion, so that down the road, the Spider-Man set will be thought of fondly, that the moniker for the set will be independently useful in future endeavors, that the box will hold better value for that reason alone. And
Wizards definitely went the other way with it. Instead of making one really good one, they made 26.
Yeah. And funny, the card that seems to be the hottest card in the bunch is a Venom card.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, but it seems like Venom's what I hear more often about Spider-Man set than any other card in the set is, a Venom deck. Well, this is going up because of the Venom deck. Oh, this would play well with the Venom deck. Just if you watch like the market movers where like the Phyrexian Vindicator is going up because of it, the Entangler's going up because of it. And you just see week after week cards and metas moving around Venom, not Spider-Man.
Oh, and shout out to Coach there. I'm in the same boat for you. As far as the individual Infinity Stones, I think that they're all going to be useful enough. They're all going to be probably this, 7 out of 10. Like they're all going to be pretty powerful. You'll know what they are.
I don't
They'll
even
be
think it's
good
7 out of
cards,
10.
and I
I'd
think
give it
that there
5 or
will be
6.
that ultimate payoff type card for the 6th one. I think there will be that like Exodia has been summoned. Like you got all 5 on the battlefield. Turn this one sideways, you win the game. It'll probably be something, big bonusy like that. Take an extra turn or something.
No matter how big it is, right? It's just so fiddly bits.
It's going to be difficult as shit. Yeah.
and quite frankly,
just run an enchantment sub theme. You'll be running in 5 color, so you'll have access to like all the shrines and Go Shintai bullshit. And these are all enchantments, so you'll be able to search them out easy enough.
I thought it was an artifact.
I think they're legendary artifact enchantments,
but maybe. And either way, it's not that great. You give it a 7 out of 10. I'd say at best it's a 6. I feel it's more okay. It's a 5. It's a mana rock.
Artifacts. Yeah, you're right. Well, same deal. You're in blue, so
it's an indestructible artifact. Okay, cool. They better all be indestructible, which I bet they are.
Yeah,
but again, they're fine effects. Don't get me wrong, but $70 worth of fine effects? No. $30,000, $40,000 worth of fine effects? No.
62 and dropping.
Okay, you get my point, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not that fine. Like the price levels are just, it feels like
I think one of the impacts on it being this price still, and don't get me wrong, that's regular TCG Direct. It's 60 and dropping. I think that because of the entry point when the product first came out, the play booster boxes, the cheapest version you can get.
They're trying to support the prices of it and get
it was
something
too
out
expensive
of it.
for people. For there are a lot of openings. This being at Mythic and reasonably rare Mythics, there just weren't enough people opening up boxes. So I think we'll continue to see this. It'll probably settle $35-$40. It's going to be reasonably cheaper than it is right now because more people are going to get
I'm going to say if you have $35 or $40 to spend, let me ask you this. You have $35 or $40 to spend. You buying this or Cavern of Souls?
So one of the issues is that it's never like an either or game for me. Is there's always that third option of like neither. I'm not going to do any of that. Like I would rather have Cavern of Souls if it is a balancing act here of one of these 2 cards. What up?
Hey, Olivia.
Great to have you here, Olivia.
So I'm just saying that for the price point, and that's what you really have to look at. And now what you're saying is, would you rather have
something I said earlier?
Would you rather have one of these
like Cavern?
or 2 Cavern of Souls?
Right. Well, and that's at current prices. Cavern of Souls has been beaten up so much. It's going on the upswing slowly, where this is definitely quickly going on the downswing.
Or look at it this way: 2 to 3 fetch lands plus Craterhoof Behemoths plus doubling season, right?
Ooh, Crater Hoofs are so freaking cheap right now. They're like $11.
That's what I'm saying is like looking at the market, I don't understand it. Like it feels Time Stone would be problematic. Extra turns most likely. I don't think they could do that.
Yeah, coming in at the blue.
Oh, I mean, like, if you have like 8 sorceries in your graveyard or something. Yeah, maybe. Like, sure, that's fine. I don't see that as being.
I just saw some fun one from the Avatar set. It's 4 blue pips, but you can waterbend, which is tap creatures for mana, right? 10. Okay, if you pay the 4 cost, control opponent during the combat.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh,
plus 10, you control them during their next turn. It's like, oh, you jerks.
With everybody this whole, hated Mindslaver. They need to stop with the Mindslaver effects. People don't like it, Watsy. They absolutely detest that ability.
Yeah, it's not cool, bro. Yeah.
What was the other one? It was like a ring or something that they came out with recently that had that Mindslaver effect, and I'm like, ugh.
We're
like, oh, that's going to be hated.
Yeah.
Would it be okay if you could join?
You have joined. You're live in the comment section, and we do appreciate you joining us here live doing so.
If you mean on stream with us, I'm sorry, we just generally don't allow folks, even members, onto the stream. It risks
Appreciate the
our
idea. Good
channel
guess,
being
but
removed.
no.
So I'm gonna have to say,
what are you
my
thinking about the
apologies.
green one? You want to do some speculation on that? What, you
I
add
think
an
we should go
extra
through each of the
land?
colors. I think that's a fun thing to do. Is to like
Well,
feel
we
free to
speculate.
chat
It's
it up,
subjective.
Olivia. Like we'll do our best to pay attention to the chat. We definitely pay very close attention to the comments, and even if we don't always acknowledge them, because some of them are quite a bit off. But
Some of them are Benson saying wild stuff. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
but I mean, I think that's a great thought for blue. I think it would be appropriate for the time stone.
Extra turn shenanigans. Okay, what are the other ones? I'm not a huge Marvel guy.
Oh, I don't even know the names of them, but we'll just go with the colors. How's that? So that would be the blue one. The black one was the return target creature from graveyard shenanigans. So what would green do? Green would likely. Oh, imagine if you had a crater hoof effect on that stone.
Okay, I can see what
right?
you mean. Yeah.
Where everything gets +X for
Oh,
each.
okay. It's got that infinity kind of thing to it, right? So whatever creature you sacrifice, all creatures get that much. And then you boom, there you go. Easy enough tack on effect. And they're all solid enough for what they are. And I think realistically, if the green one, instead of being land/ramp advantage, it would be the creature based stuff. So I think that that's a solid idea right there. Is like a sacrificial crater hoof anthem esque.
Benson, I don't think that when we're talking about colors, I don't think we mean the actual stone itself, because the soul stone isn't black. So I think they're ignoring essentially the actual literal color of the stone.
Okay, I got them here. It's the
green, technically.
Space Stone, Mind Stone, Reality Stone, Power Stone, Time Stone, Soul Stone. So that's the 6. Okay.
Okay, so there's 6 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be
So
problematic.
not even just like that there's a gauntlet.
But I thought there was 6, but yeah, it said 5 because there's 5 colors in Magic. So we'll have to see how they do that. One of them has to be colorless, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Would probably have to cost more. But at any rate, so for when I say green, I mean green mana, right? Not the actual color of the stone. And when you say the time stone, because the time stone, I believe, is green in color. Can you look that up? I think that.
Yeah, I got it right here. The time stone is green. The soul stone is kind of like amber colored, which is weird.
It's yellow, but it's black in Magic. So I think they're going to go with like what the effects sort of are.
Yeah, I think they don't give a shit.
And align those with the color, which I think is a better idea. But so whatever one becomes green, however they see it, will be some sort of like +X for each creature you have on the battlefield with a trample ability. Like I think that's likely to be what we see. White. Oh, good Lord.
Oh my God.
Maybe like a Wrath of God on a stick.
Oh, there we go.
You know,
come on. I would think we'd hopefully go the other option. Just clean up the format, get people more excited for it. Life gain or creature creation.
That's too weak. Life gain's too weak, man, and there's too many things that do it. Like maybe like a Teferi's protection on a stick.
Well, one of the things is if they keep going with the same manner about like you sacrifice a creature to the infinity or whatever, you get that unlock. I think that could be one of the bases of it. So like all your creatures get lifelink X, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. Like all my creatures attack, and then boom, I get that much life.
I think that effect is just too weak.
Yeah, it's totally fine there, but I would just hate for it to.
I'm not saying what you would hate. I'm saying like you got to put it on the level of
the
like
other option. Tap.
I'm going with board white.
Sacrifice everybody. Shit if I know.
The strongest thing that white does is remove creatures.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing that with airbending and Avatar is the whole blinking, situation there. So it is definitely about the control style of it.
Now, red is more confusing. Like if you're going to pump with green, So green will either be mana, because that's one of the most important things that green does, and maybe you can get it online earlier and you can ramp stuff and make it like a Gaia's Cradle on a stick. There you go, a Gaia's Cradle effect.
Ooh, there you go.
You know, that's a possibility. But bring it online faster than was it the event? What's the latest one? The one that was Evo or whatever it was from Edge of Eternities.
Oh, a Vendo.
A Vendo. No, it's not a Vendo. It's.
I know what you're talking about, though.
It's basically a Gaia's Cradle with a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah, it's called the Vendo Waking Heaven.
I thought a Vendo was the white one.
Nope, it's 12 plus and a green tap.
Okay.
Add green for each creature you control.
I think they found out that's like, what is that even going for? I bet it's like around $10-12.
15.
Okay. It's just too many extra steps, honestly. Plus, you have to pay into it to tap.
It's a decent amount of work.
That's a lot of work. That's funny, Benson. I don't think that they can remove people's sensitivities with a card.
No, I don't know. JD Vance might be behind it. That guy's fucking wild.
No, he's the one that said, "Oh, I haven't touched Magic since I was 15." Like, get out.
I don't know. That guy's got his finger on the pulse lately. He's fucking hilarious.
At any rate, so green, I don't know. I'm either going to say pump effect or mana production. I would favor it if it was like mana production, like a Gaia's Cradle, is coming. So you better either keep their board clear so that they don't, scoot swarm out and booyah.
We got blue either for card draw or extra turn kind of action.
Extra turn is so hated. I would. It's
powerful card draw. Like that would make no sense. Like, okay, sacrifice a creature.
Of any they made that another Mindslaver effect.
It's unwelcome. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, they don't seem to recognize that that's an unwelcome thing, because that's 2 Mindslaver effects in.
You's got a job. What? Yes, in fact, we do's got to jobs.
Yeah, we youths got jobs. But at any rate, they've come out with 2 Mindslaver effects in the last 18 months, would you say? I don't think they've gotten the memo that is not a welcome addition to the Magic lexicon.
Well, we get a little bit of money here off of YouTube, but I make most of my money off of OnlyFans. Yeah, it's surprisingly large audience for overweight white men.
Well, I'm really hoping to retire. So, making my money make me money is what
I'm retired. I was tired yesterday, and I'm tired again today.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Fuck out of here. So
I don't mind answering that.
Close up our poll here. We've got 7 votes for our "Are you buying any Avatar?" It looks as though we've got 86% of people saying no and 14% of people saying yes. So
I'd like to know why, though. Like, let's put the number one reason for those that answered no, why they are not buying it. Can we put up another poll with that? Like, what's the main reason? Is it price? Don't care about the IP, or it's not, an in-universe set, or Christmas is coming. There we could have 4 options. If you could put that up there, that would be great. And I don't mind. I don't buy albums, but I do software development. So there you go.
I guess technically at this point, I do software development too.
There you go.
I
make Magic content here. So it's funny because the money that I get from this, again, we'll explain it because you clearly weren't here at the beginning of the show. We just take money and put it back into the content. I am sorry for that. I would say there are probably some help wanted ads out there. There's Facebook Marketplace. There's blood banks. There's, a ton of things you can do to.
Oh man, I heard the funniest joke the other day. One of the reasons blood banks are better than sperm banks is, at least at the blood bank, they take it out themselves. When I go down to the sperm bank, I got to do all the work myself.
I feel you. But it's more fun.
No blood, only trips.
One of them, they give you a prick. The other one, you give them one. Anyways, but at any rate, I think we got a little off track here because we're missing a stone yet, right? The red one. So what would a red infinity stone, and I don't mean the color of the stone itself, Benson, watching you. It feels like it has to be some sort of pump effect, right?
Oh, I'm thinking just direct damage.
Or it could be treasures.
Oh, goddamn treasures. You're not wrong, Bob. Like, and again, I'm still trying to incorporate the whole sacrifice a creature to the Infinity Stone. It does something in an amount based off of that. And I would
Okay,
like if it
sack
were,
a creature and
yeah,
make that many treasures.
exactly. Either that or X amount of ping damage based on creature power toughness. Treasures,
I would like to
great
see the
idea.
treasures. So I'd like to see the green go in the mana direction. I think that would
I would
open up
love
more
to see the
gameplay.
treasures because the incorporation of that into other red stuff when you got like gold
Oh,
span,
yeah.
whenever you're creating treasures, create more motherfucking treasures, like
Or
it
just
fits.
artifacts matter, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, it definitely tracks.
it opens up some more interesting lines of gameplay, right? I would
Yeah.
hate to see it just be a ping, nuke. It could be loot effects,
White's
but I
gonna
think
be
those,
Armageddon. Get out of here with that
or
noise.
can you imagine if it was like a chaos effect, like an Itali
Oh,
on a stick?
discard this many cards, draw this many cards.
Play that many of the top of opponents' decks.
All right.
Like I said, like Itali effects. I love that. Is Avatar open world? I'm not
No.
sure what you
If
mean
you're
by that.
talking about Avatar Miss of Pandora, the hit PC game from 2024, unfortunately, it was more of an open zone game than open world. Avatar The Last Airbender is going to be a Magic the Gathering set, so unfortunately, also a big old N to the O on that being an open world.
Well, I don't know if they meant like for Magic the Gathering. When we're talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, we're not talking about a video game. We're talking about the upcoming release for Magic the Gathering, which is a collectible card game similar to Pokemon. And if you mean open world in that sense, meaning are they going to encompass the entire Avatar: The Last Airbender genres, including bloodbending and all these other things that I'm not even familiar with? The answer would be yes. I think they're going to hit the entire lexicon of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think that's kind of unfortunate. I think that they would have liked.
It's not even that big of a series, though, is it? It's only like
it's pretty big. I mean, like that big is a relative term. You know, like if she tells you that's pretty big, you know, it's relative. But
if she has to say it, then it's not. It's only 61 episodes, so like it's not an incredibly long series. It was 3 seasons of about 20 episodes each. So like,
yeah, but you can still hit on, like, let's be real. The Lord of the Rings was only 3 books, and The Hobbit was only 1.
Firefly was like 8 episodes, and it was one of the best pieces of media ever created.
Love
So like,
Firefly. I would love to see them do a Firefly crossover. I would definitely want my Jane card. Jane's hat, that better be in the set, right?
I'd wait in line in a secret layer queue for way too long to be disappointed in not being able to actually buy the product I wanted if it were the Firefly one.
It better be, if it's Firefly, it better be like one of those mega drops, right? Where they have at least 50 cards.
Or print a fucking demand. Like, I don't understand what these people are doing. Like, if you're not charging more and like still selling out, just you could sell more if you just let people buy it.
Like, I'm kind of concerned. Nothing to do. Are you trying to build a, what I'm prior military, so I'm familiar with what they call FOUO, and that means you're gathering a bunch of data, and you get enough data points, and you can build doxing information and all kinds of stuff. Well, this will be the last personal question I answer for you, and yes, I am older than you. I won't say by how much. At any rate, I did.
I'm actually
I'll give you a hint. I told you that I'm looking to retire
goldfish from the future. So
okay, well, good luck with that. And
I am the hecklefish.
But at any rate, red, right? Like, so if we're getting red, so let's pick. I think we're going to be at odds with green. Sounds like green we're going to be most at odds with. So black, we have the return creature from the graveyard, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't guessed it a colorless. What would colorless do? Like, the most powerful thing that colorless cards do, I think of like Ugin, and those are like go get cards from outside the game. Which that would feel very flavorful with both the Infinity Gauntlet and with colorless, but it won't play well in Commander. And I don't know that they would put a marquee card that's not very playable in Commander. So what else does colorless do?
And it makes more sense for it to be colorless, not 5-color, because I think if we're sticking with this whole standard, again, we're hitting an hour. So you want to switch it over to members here at this point?
Yeah, I guess well we're gonna call it a night here, folks, on the non-member stream. Again, for a reminder, those of you who had just tuned in later, you can become a member and you're gonna get the roughly 2 extra hours every week, or not every week, every month. Wow. Yeah, we're not doing 2 extra hours every Saturday, but we go for at least 30 minutes, most often an hour, in a much more intimate format, with a little more raw sort of responses in our member. I guess I don't want to say member only. It's member first. Is that the best way to put that?
Yeah.
For $1 a month, folks, $1 a month. And it helps us restrict, the flow of folks in and out of the chat and can be more focused. You get a little bit more raw response on things. We often play first there with like box breaks and builds and commander raids. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to that portion of the night. For those of you that are not members, thank you so much for your time tonight. Even that seems like lots of new folks. Sorry to hear about your job situation. Nothing to do. Glad to see the other new faces that are in here. I do not drink Soylent Green, and I'm not going to drink it on the member only stream. Thank you again for your time. Please join us again next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see you then. Thank you again.
Bye.
I'm not dancing. That's not
my neck's been kind of fucked up since the surgery, so that's all I'm getting. Boom. Should be members only now.
All right. So I don't even mind just getting right into it with the colorless. What does colorless generally do? So we have a lot of like mana rocks, right? Like colorless is definitely a mana rock staple for colorless, right? It's definitely going to be an artifact, but you have like the One Ring, right? Do they just come up with some completely busted bullshit for that colorless One Ring, a la One Ring style effect that just ends up being in every damn deck? Do they come up with a replacement for essentially Mana Crypt? Like maybe not quite as good. Yeah, you know what that tells me, Time Capsule? We have arrived. The more trolls means the more reach. It's unfortunate and kind of gums up the works. Hopefully you thought we handled it fairly well. I didn't want to ignore them, but I also didn't want to feed them.
Nah, I try to be a little playful with it. I don't give too much of a shit about it. As long as they're not like gross or writing in Cyrillic, I don't really give too much of a shit. Yeah, we finally made it.
We made it. Yatta! So what do you think, Time Capsule, for a colorless card? I don't want to restrict. Well, I guess it has to be an artifact because all the rest of them are likely to be artifacts, right?
Yeah.
But then you got to figure that the Infinity Gauntlet is either 5-color or artifact.
Well, that's the thing.
My guess is the Infinity Gauntlet is going to be Wooburg.
It's not. Like, I don't even think there's going to be a gauntlet. It's just going to be the Soul Stones, or the Infinity Stones.
No, I think there's going to be a gauntlet, and my bet is it'll be Wooburg, and it'll do something stupid. And maybe that itself will be super ultra powerful, but I don't think it does really anything on its own. But what do you think a colorless Infinity Stone would do in terms of magic? My first thought was go get shit from outside the game or some kind of really busted ass mana rock.
Or top card of your library anytime. You can play the top card of your library anytime.
Oh God, not another fucking like Sensei's Divining Top.
Yeah.
Well,
and it just sits there, like, scroll rack kind of sort of situation, or Sensei.
Imagine if it was like a Howling Mine, but the extra card that you draw, you get to put into play for free.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Everybody else gets to draw a card, but when it's yours, you draw it and play it for free.
Yeah, this does not count if you're a land drop. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think that could be a thing.
That would be
That
very
would make
good.
me excited to actually want to get it. You know what I mean? Like,
I would
I
play
get that
that.
card.
I'd play that.
I'd play that card. I'm terrible to answer. Well, okay. I mean, but just your thoughts. You don't have to be super accurate. We're just spitballing here, so to speak. What would be
Terrible answer.
fun?
They
What
should
would you
do.
like to see if you were into Magic? Hopefully, your wife's okay. Haven't heard from you in a bit on that front. Don't want to dox you, but you don't even have to respond. I'm just saying I hope she's okay. Yeah, I don't know what it would be. I think that of all the cards, the colorless stone has the widest range of possibilities. Is that fair to say?
Oh, absolutely. Especially, I mean, with what we just saw with that lesson from Avatar 2, colorless, draw a card, lands become all basic land types. What are we doing here? Break all the pie. And if you think about what artifacts are in general, I mean, that's Chromatic Lantern, Crucible World, play lands from your graveyard, Sensei's and Scroll rack, where you've got all sorts of like card advantage.
What's the one from Legends that gives every creature +1/+1 for each other creature of that type?
Oh, Coat of Arms.
Coat of Arms effects, like Anthem effects.
I mean, there are just
You have
so many different.
what's her name's Monument?
Yeah,
Avacyn's,
Chroma's Memorial.
Chroma's Memorial and Avacyn's Monument.
Or the Eldrazi Monument, which is similarly gross stuff. Like there's so many resonators that you could go about it. Yeah, I think that one's probably hardest to parse because there isn't so much like a.
You know what I didn't think of?
Thing that it
for
does.
green. What if it was like a doubling season type of effect?
Yeah, we got so many of that shit lately. Whether it's, I mean, double, triple tokens. We've seen so many of those. Yeah, same thing with counters. I think ramp or the powerful, big bombastic behemoth type of stuff is definitely the way they're going. That would be my hope.
I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see. I think those are the most interesting cards that they've made out of it, which is kind of unfortunate to me because I think it detracts from the moniker of the set.
Well, it was definitely right up my expectation alley with what we saw with Adventures in Forgotten Realms. I was excited for it and was disappointed. And they have definitely continued the same.
You were disappointed in
consistency.
Oh, okay. So you weren't disappointed in Lord of the Rings. You were disappointed that
I didn't care for Lord of the Rings
on par with it.
Like I just didn't care about Lord of the Rings. Like I saw the movies more than a few times. I've read the books, but like I don't like it very much. It's a very low magic world, and it just like does nothing for me. It's very base lore, so like it wasn't a big part of my childhood. So like it was sort of whatever. I didn't care for the set. I didn't interact with it. I don't think I opened a single Lord of the Rings pack just because like I didn't care whatsoever about it. I was more excited for Aether Drift, for fuck's sake.
I really like the set. I don't think it was overpowered, but we have to also acknowledge that it was a straight to modern set, which I think all of these Universes Beyonds should have been. I think putting them in standard is a huge mistake. And I think that they should have made the cards.
They're trying to keep standard alive. That's the big thing. Is that's how they're trying to get their pro tournaments, their player counts up at stores. I don't think they're trying to feed stuff into modern the same way that they used to. Not at least with these series of releases.
Okay, I'm just saying I have a feeling that that's why they were sort of watered down. Is because they weren't.
Oh yeah, absolutely, to fit for standard. Yeah.
And I think people just like most people coming in don't give a shit whether it goes into standard or not. They just don't care. And clearly the strategy isn't working because there was ultra low attendance for Spider-Man. But beyond that,
I think the price is
the only part of Lord of the Rings I know that I was really not happy with was the artistic license that they took to race swap. I thought that was poor form, unnecessary, and slightly offensive.
I get you. It was definitely a betrayal of the intellectual property, to say the very least.
And you know, you're trying to draw in people that are fans of that IP, but then you go, wait, why is Aragorn black?
Yeah, I mean, luckily they didn't
no
have to do that for
explanation.
Peter Parker, because they already made a black Spider-Man by having Miles Morales.
But I'm just saying, like, why was that necessary?
The woke message. It was the hot thing at the time.
Okay. And that's where I like really
pretty clear.
I agree with you. And that's what I'm kind of trying to force the answer is like you just did it for woke messaging. Poor form, in my opinion. Don't use this IP for that.
They should have done it for Final Fantasy. Had a black cloud. Come on.
Well, no, they should have made Black Panther a white dude.
Oh, dude, yeah. Have a more white Barrett. He looks like John Cena for some fucking reason.
Or they should have put a hot white chick as Storm.
I think honestly, no, we could have left Storm just the way she was. I'm a big fan of that. Like,
no. Let's go messaging. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like the rage that I would have had would be the same. Like, why did you make Storm fucking white?
I mean, I just see she's hot as a black chick. I don't think it would work as a white woman.
You're missing my point. Like, leave the icons the way that they fucking are.
Yeah, exactly. It would be racist to go the other way around.
That's my point. It's not racist this way, but it is the other way. Get the
white. You can't be racist against white people, Bob. Don't you know?
Oh God. All right. So I don't want to go into politics. Because next thing you know, we'll be talking about the fucking Snap EBT shutdown.
Yeah, happy November 1st.
Today. But looting's already been happening for 10 days.
Yeah, I was gonna click on some news here in a hot minute.
But okay, whatever. Scumbags be scumming. At any rate,
I'm definitely still logged into the Cardboard Odysseys account.
One of the things I wanted to bring up, let's go in a more positive direction because I was thinking about it, and
I'm super positive about Snap being cut off. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even want to play that game. You know what I mean?
Just fucking with you. So positivity, Game Pass. Yeah. I know it's gone up a little bit in price, but boy, you still get incredible games for the price. Like instead of paying $70, okay. Modern bullshit, and this blows my fucking mind. If you wanted to play the Outer Worlds as early as possible, it would have cost you $109.99 plus taxes. The fuck out of here to play that game 4 days early, let alone I don't think it's worth $70. I don't think video games should be that expensive. It is gorgeous. It is very fun. The comedy is hitting. Okay, like I've been having an absolute blast. It's great to see other content creators that I enjoy also having a good time with it. It's a bit of a come up story, great return to form for Obsidian. But honestly, $109.99 plus all that bullshit to play it early, fuck out of here. I'd rather pay my $18.99 or whatever for Game Pass on a monthly fee and get a bunch of games, right? If I want to take a break from that one, boom, I got a library of hundreds of other games to be able to play for that same price. Game Pass and YouTube Premium are the only things I have for subscriptions right now. Absolutely, totally worth it. That's a positive note.
I actually had a very specific positive note.
Okay.
I don't know about positive, but it's fun to me. Being in the vein that we were trying to guess what the stones are, the Infinity Stones, by color and ability. Yeah. And that's something we can track for a long time. See how close we got to any of the guesswork. Because I was totally off on the reprints for lands this year. Like, I don't think I had a single one. At any rate, I was thinking the kind of marquee item for the Hobbit in the lore of the book, if you look it up, it's called the Arkenstone. But I don't know that the Arkenstone actually even does anything. But if that's the marquee card, And it's a One Ring style power level, which it can't be because it's going to be in standard. What would it do? It's the most sought after item from the treasure hoard of Smog. I also want to ask,
Smaug.
what do we think Smaug would do? I've always called him Smog.
I just love saying Smaug. If I didn't even watch the Hobbit movies. I watched some of the first one, and it was just a travesty of filmmaking. Oh my god. This is a dragon, right? Is it a fat dragon? Is that like one of the shticks with it?
Smaug? No, he's not fat.
Smaug. Okay.
But the thing with him is he came and took over the mountain from the dwarves because of the treasure hoard. So clearly, I think the Smaug card has to have something to do with gross treasures, whether it be I think it'd be lame to have it be a reskin of Goldspan Dragon or the Copper Dragon. I think that would be lame. I would like to see it
sacrifice a certain number of treasures, and it does something.
No, I think it's got to like create treasures in some different way.
Be cooler if it was
like every time a creature you control dies, it creates a number of treasured tokens equal to that creature's power.
Ooh, sacrifice any number of treasures, create that number of treasures plus 5 or double or some shit like that.
But the Arkenstone doesn't have like any abilities other than being like really shiny.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with Lord of the Rings. Like most of their magic is like pretty weak, except for the rings. That's the only thing. And yeah, honestly, they don't even like really ever tell you what they do. They make you invisible. Like the most powerful one is the one Frodo's got the whole time, and it makes you go into like the ether realm or whatever. Supposedly it makes you strong somehow, or was that just what Sauron was? Like, if I know,
it's more about Sauron and his abilities. Like you can't control it. It doesn't bend its will to anyone else but Sauron. At any rate, the Arkenstone doesn't have any description at all. Like there's all kinds of deep lore about the One Ring and the powers that it has, and all the other rings as well. Some of them aren't even like named. So,
yeah, the dwarves got a whole bunch of them. What the fuck am I supposed to call them?
And humans got 9. The elves, they name them and they list the abilities of those rings.
Nerds, God, bunch of old prick nerds.
But the Arkenstone is sort of different. It's sort of like the coveted jewel, right?
It's a reprinted coveted jewel, the $1.68 card.
all it does is sparkle. Like
it's just
it has the radiance of 10,000 gems or some shit, and it's like, okay, so it creates light. I don't know what the fuck. Like, okay, cool. I don't know what you would do with that. Like, so I think that'll be the thing, and I think that will be an interesting thing to kind of try to guess at. What the fuck does that thing do? I don't think it could be like most other artifact effects, and I would like to see them create new effects with cards that are powerful. Colorless has the ability to pull from the entire color pie as far as like abilities that those colors have. Like, I think that there's got to be some artifact for every ability type that each color in the pie has already. Right? Like you have black that that you can kill target creature, like the meteor that comes in and nukes a creature or just destroy target creature. You have the exile effects of white. You don't have any like board wipes that I'm aware of. Maybe you do. But when you look at like what artifacts can do or colorless can do, they pretty much borrow from every part of the pie.
Oh, Amazon has the commander bundles for Avatar.
Yeah, over $100 still.
$175.
How much?
$175.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
And it's that vertical bundle that you love so much.
I don't mind the vertical. What I don't like is the pizza bundle. Like that's just a terrible thing.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a pain in the ass. You got to get like 4 of them and just make a brick out of them and just like sacrifice an area like that.
Yeah, for a shitload of wasted space. That's why I've cut back on bundles by and large.
For the regular bundle.
I've cut back quite a bit on bundles because of the awkward storage space. I will give it to the collector boxes.
Fuck out
Except
of here.
for the weird. Why does the top have to be weird and slanted?
Yeah, there's
That's
a bunch
annoying.
of Magic the Gathering does not care about like how they make boxes.
What they're doing is so that it's sort of like, if you think about it, like Roman Colosseum type staging, where it has a staged going up effect, so that when you open the top and put it on your counter, you can see all the 12 packs in there. Right? Like, I don't give a fuck. Just make them like inside a regular box that's smaller. I was a big fan of the minimalistic packaging that they did for Strixhaven on the Commander decks. I don't know if you remember that. They had like little cardboard boxes that didn't have any extra space taken up in them. Like, look up Quantrum Quandrix minimal package. You'll see what I mean. And I'm going to tell you, it's smaller than a damn deck box.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, for the Commander decks.
Big fan of that shit.
Yeah, they were just like.
Actually, I think this might be it right here. Here it is.
Yeah.
This is the minimal packaging. You see how small it is. I don't have huge hands. You know. That is great to store on a shelf. It's just enough packaging.
It's worth I think getting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles team up thing. I'm gonna pre-order one of those now.
Is that the PvE one?
Yeah, it's $50.
How much are they?
50. Yeah, $53.49. Taxes and shipping.
Yeah, I think I'm down with that.
Yeah, I mean, at least for me, like I know a couple of guys.
Well, I think we're each going to have one, right? Like, so if you host
what March 9th, oh Jesus Christ, this is definitely gonna. I mean, it's whatever. That's just like when the set comes out. It's March, anyways.
What's it called?
Turtle Team Up. I think that'll be pretty fun. I got a couple of friends that would definitely play with me. It's going to be just good ways after my project go live. So a couple of the people in my like current pod just won't be around. They're going to get shifted off to another project. So take that, nothing to do. Figure out who I am, you KGB spy.
Wait, they have is this like the Friday night thing where they also have this can't be the bundle or the booster display.
$210.
It has 24 packs, includes 11 cards. Why is the booster display only $99?
What you talking about?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Oh, because it's a different game. Oh, that's fucking rank.
You got pulled that same shit Matt did. Yeah.
That's not even Magic.
Nope.
So I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's funny.
Yeah, how many people you think got fucking
suck it into that?
On that? Wow, they have OTJ for $119 a box. That's not terrible.
Bob, have you ever done Warhammer or like painting miniatures, like specifically the painting aspect of it, not Warhammer and like particular?
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
I have seen a grown man naked. I am one. I have mirrors.
That's from Airplane.
Oh, I said to someone the other day, does the Pope shit in the woods? And they looked at me like, what the fuck is like, oh, that's not a saying people say. That's just a thing in my head.
I think you would enjoy. I think you would enjoy Airplane if you've never seen it.
I've seen with Chevy Chase, right?
No, it's with Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen. Wait, the new one?
What, Airplane?
Yeah.
There is no new one.
Airplane 2?
I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing glue. It's a really good movie. I think you should watch it. There's a part 2 with Captain Kirk in it. I think you would enjoy it. I really do.
There was just like
see, even Time Capsule's telling you, buddy.
I've seen it way back in the day. I'm not a big fan of Leslie Nielsen. I want to say there was like yeah, Airplane 2025. Like there was a sequel just recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't even hear about it.
Yeah. It's like a spoof off of that movie.
Well,
like,
that movie is familiar. Anyways.
But no, did you ever get into like painting minis or doing any of that stuff?
I've painted hundreds and I suck at it. And it's something I plan to do heavily in retirement. I have like 5,000 minis. My favorite painter, if you've ever seen him, is his name is Sorastro. I think that's a terrible name. Like Sorass should just not be part of your name, but he is fucking amazing.
I watch a guy Borley Hobby Times, and this seems like really like similar to that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna subscribe to this guy.
Sorastro
painting, yeah.
Oh, he's probably the premier one out there.
Well, it's super like relaxing.
Oh yeah, and it's super infuriating to me because he'll like paint some shit up and then like make it look fucking easy. Does it in 15 minutes, and then you're at it for 8 hours going. Mine doesn't look anything like his.
Yeah, I was watching someone do Gundam stuff.
I've shown you this. It's kind of a maxi, not really a mini, but
yeah.
Well, you can't see the grass that I put down on the base, and but yeah, it's probably one of my. I need to turn off the filter to give you a little. Like I don't like to do like Matt does, but like look at what I can do. But I love this one. This is for Lorcana. It's the iconic image of Mickey for I guess the poster child is the best way I could put that. So hopefully you can see that a bit better now.
Yeah.
But you can see I didn't quite I printed this and you can see on his ear, you can see the lines. So I didn't sand everything down like I should have, at least to the nth degree. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm happy enough with the way it turned out. And it's it's larger. It's not meant to be an actual miniature. For board game play, but I have probably somewhere in the magnitude of 5,000 miniatures. Why do you ask?
I've been thinking about getting into it.
Oh, dude. I enjoy it, but my eyesight's for shit. My hands aren't steady anymore. It's like I'm a little frustrated with like my abilities with it because I kind of suck.
I've always enjoyed like that very fine type of work. Carving, woodworking, painting, things like that. I'm a big fan of like fixing things with my hands. So I've thought about, just getting into a hobby, something like that. And 3D printing, cool as it is, there's not that same physical creative touch to it. It's not that same type of outlet. You know what I mean? Sitting in front of the computer is one thing, but then you'd have to wait to print the models, putting it together or whatever. That would be an addition if I wanted to, that could be a way to expand the painting.
Sure.
So
I mean, I think there's a creative part to that. Did I show you the Star Destroyer I'm working on?
Yeah, for sure.
And there's a lot to that, and new and different things. Did I show you the nickel bolus that Justin made for me?
Yeah, that was super dope.
And the DL-44 blaster, Han Solo's blaster.
Yeah.
So there, I kind of disagree because it's
I
different.
just mean
It's
that
not the same thing.
I could start with the painting side of it. Buying gray minis and then painting them up
I'll give
instead
you
of
this bit
having
of advice. Fuck the
Hmm.
ones you have to assemble.
So that's actually something I did growing up was model building, and
Yeah,
that's
me
kind of
too.
what like
But
spurred me back
miniatures,
into it.
fuck that.
Okay, yeah. That would not be so specifically what got me into it was Gundam. And with my dad, we did a whole bunch of like toy cars and jets and like airplanes, bunches and bunches of boats and stuff
Miniatures
like
are a
that.
different fucking beast.
Yeah. So I think like model kits and then painting them. But I know that one of our shared hobbies is like gaming, and I know that the modeling stuff is a little bit out of the side.
I
Not the
actually
only
even
thing,
like
stuff like
modeling.
that.
Like I don't mind building one, and I actually want to get like a nice 2-3 foot long aircraft carrier from like World War II and put that together and do some of that kind of stuff, or maybe a battleship from World War II, or maybe some Star Trek models, from some of the spaceships from Star Trek, because I kind of dig that sort of stuff. All that's definitely on the plate for me, and certainly you add a whole new aspect when you don't just okay, here's my gray plastic model that I was able to assemble successfully, but now you paint it and add the weathering or battle damage or whatnot to it.
Right, yeah.
That's an interesting thing that I think was not really part of the hobby back 40 years ago, 50 years ago when I was building.
Yeah. It definitely, when we were making, little Camaros or whatever, little toy, box trucks or something. It was never in our mind. We should add realistic battle damage to these things. Like, what if it's a beat up one that's driven in downtown,
Yeah. Or turn it into a Mad Max version of it.
Right, yeah.
No, I definitely have done that, but I'll say this, what I do know from experience, get some flow aid for your paints. Do not cheap out on your brushes, and do not cheap out on your paints. You will only get frustrated with them because I'll tell you, with the cheap paints, do you know what makes paints cheaper and more expensive? It has to do with the amount of, like, you should watch videos like what I recommend before you even get into the hobby so that you can save yourself a whole lot of frustration. Like if you just go into the hobby aisle at Walmart and get their $1.29 hobby paints, you are going to be fucking disappointed and it'll be frustrating. And the reason being is that better paints often have finer pigments in them. So think about pigment as like a grain of sand. And the smaller the grain of sand, the easier it is to apply color without having to glob it on and it becomes thick and blotchy and difficult to control on your paintbrush. And it's just a great idea to get better paints, get fewer paints, like with different colors, learn how to mix your colors, but get better quality ones. Like some of the Army Painter ones are pretty good. Get a good set of washes. Washes really change the outlook on your projects, and get like the different color ones so that you can apply different color washes to things. Washes really, really affect the look of it. Additionally, I highly recommend getting a decent matte clear coat for when you're done. Additionally, be patient with your paints. Allow them time to dry.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to the clear coat step. And when you get to the clear coat step, don't just fucking goop it on there, because what ends up happening is it kind of re-moistens the paint. And then sometimes it gets wrinkly and pulls off of places and just it's fucked up. You hit it with some light coats, let it dry. Hit it with like a light coat, and then the next day go back and hit it with another light coat, let it dry. And then like maybe 3 coats is enough. You want to preserve it, but don't make the mistake of getting like the high gloss stuff unless you really want it to have that shiny look.
Yeah.
And when it's people, it looks very weird for them to be shiny. Their skin is just not shiny like that. So again, those are some tips. I also like a wet palette, and it's really cheap to make. You just need like a Tupperware dish. Get those. It's really weird. They're like very thin foam. Cut it to the size of. It's like a sponge. It's a very thin sponge. You can get them on Amazon cheap for like $5, and you just keep it moist. And then you get parchment paper, and you put it over top of it, and use that as your palette. You can look up. You can buy a commercial one. It's called a wet palette. But really, you just need like that sponge tray with a sheet of parchment paper that allows some of the moisture to come up through it without soaking it. And then you use that as your palette. And all you have to do is just cut a cheap old piece of parchment paper to refresh your palette for your next thing. And you have the Tupperware lid so that you can seal the moisture in it. And you have all that expensive paint that's not drying up, right? And as you're working, keep putting your lid back on top of it. Because one of the things that happens, especially with thinner paints, is that it dries up really fast on your palette.
Evaporates quick, yeah.
So keep that handy, and just every time, you get up to go take a piss, make sure you put that back on. Like, you obviously don't want to have to take it off every single time that you dip your brush in, depending on how frequently you're doing it. But always keep in mind, top of mind, put the lid back on. Put the lid back on. Also, highly, highly recommend, if you're going to be working in miniatures, like I assume you're talking about like 25 million. We didn't do any miniature gaming when you were here, did we?
Nope, not really. No.
Did we? We didn't play Zombicide, did we?
No.
Goddamn, we need to do that. At any rate, I forgot. I lost my train of thought here. Oh, get yourself like a lighted magnifying glass.
Oh, yeah.
Like a stand. I'm just going to tell you, that's going to save you a fuckload of irritation. Also, get that little like sticky stuff, like little white putty sticky.
Yeah, little tack stuff. Yeah, so you can have like a holder.
So that you can have like some sort of holder that you're not touching the thing that you're working on, and you could spin it in different directions, and you can set it down, and you don't have to worry about like it being fucked up. Those are a lot of different things. You'll learn about, washing your minis. It's a pain in the ass set, but it's a good idea. It rinses off all the release chemicals from like the mold and won't fuck with your painting.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't take the extra step to like clean up the mold lines. They're usually, I don't go that far. Get yourself a good set of brushes though. Like, I can't stress that enough. A good set of sable brushes. Don't use synthetic brushes. They're terrible. Get good sable brushes, and they are fucking expensive. You'll want some really, really tiny ones, like 0.0000001, 0.002s, for sizes. You'll need it for things like dotting eyeballs or putting a bright spot on a black eyeball that's like about the size of a point of a toothpick. It's like, okay, that's really fucking hard to do. So watch Sir Astro. He's amazing. He does instructional stuff, and he just makes it look fucking easy. And you want to throw some shit at your TV, like, fuck you. That was not easy.
When I tried.
It's like, no. They have like, you'll get in, like, it's a deep rabbit hole when you get into miniature painting. They have the speed painter stuff, which, like, if you're painting whole armies, probably the way to go. And I haven't ventured down that. And you have the Zenithal shading for your base coats, because you like put on coats of paint before you actually put on your colored paints. You like, it's called Zenithal shading. He goes over a lot of that. So yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. Keep your brushes in good order. Always pay attention to that.
Beat the devil out of them. Darn right,
no,
Bob Ross.
No, not Bob Ross. Bob Ross is 100% the other direction. Like,
different type.
No.
I know.
And eventually you might even get yourself an airbrush. I have an airbrush. I don't have the skill to use it. But my buddy Justin, I don't think you met him. He does. The one that did the nickel bolas.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of those disgusting human beings. Everything he touches is fucking amazing. It's like, I love you and I hate you. He's the one that made, these deck boxes for me.
Jealous of the aptitude.
Oh, he's definitely a super skilled human being. At any rate, I think that's going to do it for me. I got to hit the restroom. I hear the girls upstairs. Don't have much to say, but, think about it for like, I like, what would they do? Like, I think we should make that sort of more recurring positive. Like, what do we expect out of the set? Oh, what are they going to make the marquee? What would they do with this item? What are they going to do? I like that kind of positive vibe and start straying away more from the finances because they're just going to get worse.
Yep.
Is what it is.
Yep.
Time capsule. Thank you so much, bud. Always love seeing you here. I know Pat's doing some more video gaming that's cheap. Sounds like maybe you said you're going to get it on sale. Got Black Friday coming up. Hope you and your fam are okay at the moment. And we'll see you next week, my friend.
Heck yeah. Have a good one, guys. Bye, y'all.